Paramshanti Bapuji. Today we will talk on a new topic on which a lot of research work is going on all over the world by renowned scientific labs and institutions and scientists. Today's topic is time travel. I have been thinking of making a video on this topic since a long time, but recently I have collected some interesting facts on this topic, so it is my request to all viewers to watch this video till end, even if it is a lengthy one. Definitely this video will bring you a new dimension on spirituality and transform your life. At the outset, I just give certain information on this issue that NASA is working on a project called Warp Drive, in which they are trying to achieve a speed more than the speed of light, and also they are claiming that it is possible to do time travel, that means to access past and future events by traveling to that period. It is also told that time and space are variables in which time can be made to bend, and through warp bubble space vehicle can achieve a very high speed greater than the speed of light. Now we all want to know whether all these things are possible or not. Please tell us on this.
Whatever research work is going on in science today are based on physical elements only. That's why they are always talking of achieving the speed of light, because with physical elements, maximum speed that can be achieved in this physical world is the speed of light only. In physical world, if a spacecraft moves at a speed beyond the speed of light, then it will immediately converts to fire elements on this earth plane, because at such high speed earth and water elements cannot exist, and immediately converts to fire elements due to tremendous frictional resistance force. It means the aircraft will catch fire if it is put to a speed more than that of light on this earth plane, so this is not possible in this physical world. If the spacecraft is made of combination of elements in such a manner that heavier physical elements like earth and water at the center is covered with outer layers of lighter elements like air and ether, such that the heavier physical elements are not subjected to frictional forces, then the spacecraft can move at a speed higher than that of light. So, various combination of element is a must, but only heavier physical elements will not achieve the purpose as scientists think. This is what I am trying to explain you, similar to the space vehicle which King Raven had in earlier days, made of only air elements. Raven used to travel in between three planes like Balok, Babarlok, Swarglok with this spacecraft. Had it been made with only heavier physical elements only, then it would have been caught fire, so Raven could not have traveled to third plane, that is Swarglok. Raven was the king of three planes, so he had to travel frequently between these three planes again and again. The spacecraft with Raven, called as Pushpakviman, was made of air elements and driven by the affirmation power of mind known as Sankalp Shakti of Raven. Thus spacecraft of Raven used to run at the speed of mind of Raven, that is with the speed of thought arose in the mind of Raven. How much effort scientists may put for making a spacecraft for travel to different planes or dimensions with this physical materials of Earth, but it is impossible to travel to different dimension with this spacecraft made of physical elements only.
Whether the spacecraft can travel to different solar systems.
Spacecraft can travel in a solar system up to which the physical ether element exists, and for traveling beyond the boundary of one solar system at a speed more than the speed of light to a different solar system is impossible with a spacecraft made of only physical elements as proposed by scientists. The spacecraft will catch fire as soon as its speed is increased. In order to go beyond the speed of light, the spacecraft should be made of three elements only, that means ether, air, and fire. Then the spacecraft can travel at a speed many times the speed of light.
Is it possible in future?
Now the time will come for transformation of elements of Earth. This I have already mentioned in my videos. Around the year 2036 the elements on Earth plane will be completely transformed, when all resources will be of supreme elements only. In coming time only supreme element resources will be used for making space vehicles which will achieve far beyond the speed of light, that is million times the speed of light.
Is it possible to go back to past? For example, some incident which took place during period of Sri Krishna, can it be altered?
Generally saints and sages, due to their meditation power or yog shakti, can visualize their past records in their soul, but they cannot go to the state of past life, so nobody can alter the past events. As all these past events had already been occurred with many characters involved in the drama at that point time, and these characters or souls had already or few moved afterwards to different planes according to their karmic effects, so nobody can go to past and alter the past events. If anybody can go to past, it is through dream only. Through dream one can see his or her past and future. Saints and sages can also visualize their past or future but cannot go to past or future. There is a lot of difference between visualizing the past or future and going to past or future.
Can anybody change his karmic records by going to past?
No, not at all. The reason is that the activity which had already been done by a soul is completed and recorded in his or her soul at that instant of time, and accordingly the record is registered in mind, intelligence, and impressions, as well as in all layers of body like causal, subtle and physical body. That's why past records cannot be altered at any cost, but future can definitely be altered by a soul.
There is a concept called grandfather paradox which is used in internet nowadays. It means that one can rectify one's past mistakes, like using undo button mistakes are rectified in computer records.
If one goes through records of history or mythology and finds some event occurred in past was wrong, then one tries to rectify the same in the present condition. So whatever rectification is done, it is done in the present state only, not in the past. In this way one retrieves the past record and makes necessary rectification in the present only. So through meditation one can see his or her past and rectify the same in the present moment.
It is like a teaching. One learns from past mistakes by retrieving the records in soul, and soul takes measures not to repeat the same in future, but no one can alter the past or history.
The purpose of teaching history is to not to repeat the mistakes done in the past.
But history cannot be altered at all?
Yes.
Is it possible to alter the past in such a way that the activities or karmic bindings of any individual or collectively of any creation in totality can be changed?
See, the creation is in present status or condition, and it has already passed the previous or past condition, so one can go to past through meditation or yoga and can see past records of creation only, but still the creation is at present condition, so past of a creation cannot be altered by anyone.
Souls have also changed their form along with time. That means the souls who were involved in some activity in past in a particular body are now in a different body and also engaged in different activities in different planes.
Let's take an example. Somebody wants to alter the state of creation or event which occurred 5,000 years back. All the souls or characters involved in that particular event or incident in 5,000 years back are now in different places and planes according to the effect of theory of karma. Does anyone have so much power to take all souls back to the same state as they all were 5,000 years back in order to change the past events which occurred 5,000 years back?
But here my question is to alter the karmic bondages of souls which happened in past.
No, it cannot be done, because to alter the karmic bondages of past one requires all the characters or souls who were involved in that particular activity or event of past. Again, take example of Mahabharata war which took place 5,000 years back. If someone tells that he wants to change the past situation in such a way that the Mahabharata war would not have at all taken place 5,000 years back, can it be done?
No, because everything has already been recorded.
Many characters or souls were involved at that point of time, and all characters have already been changed to a different form at present time as per the theory of karma. So how can anyone change the past incidents? Now these souls may be involved in different activities in different planes, so how is it possible that the same past incident or drama along with exactly same characters be repeated? Sometimes what science tells is completely absurd, because as per spiritual laws all these things are not possible.
There are people who claim that they have gone to the future time, like to the year 2036, year 2050, year 2100, or year 2300. Is it possible?
Now still 2030 is yet to reach on Earth plane, so can anyone go to 2030? Just like past events, a soul can go to future and see all these events of future?
Is it that the recording of earlier cycle of creation of earth called as past kalp is retrieved by the soul?
In this case some powerful souls from subtle worlds stay with the human soul and inspire all their affirmations or vibrate predictions to the human soul about the future on earth. These souls from very finer subtle world are very powerful and they all plan for future drama to take place on earth plane. These are all happened in earlier times, but now it is also not possible, so what future world as predicted by anybody is nothing but their visions in their dream state as per record in his or her mind. So, all these future events as predicted by many human souls are irrelevant and vague.
There is a person named as Noah who claims that he is a time traveler and has traveled from the year 2030 and he is predicting certain future incidents yet to take place. He has also cleared the lie detector test. Whether he has seen some dream or any soul has inspired some vision in him. What is the reality?
There are two possibilities. One possibility is he might have slept while thinking continuously many events according to his imagination to a future like 2030. Once somebody has seen something in dream means the event has got recorded in the mind as well as in intelligence, so if he is put to hypnotism or any lie detector test he will repeat the same thing without fail, so there is no wonder for clearing lie detector test by the person who predicts future like this.
Yes, the dream was true for him, so there is no surprise about clearing lie detector test.
Other possibility is that some souls might have inspired some vision in him, thus he has spoken about such future of 2030.
That means seeing some future incident yet to occur cannot be called as time travel.
Yes, these are all dreams. Dreams cannot be held as truth.
Is it possible for a person to see his or her future activities and events which is yet to happen in his or her life?
Yogis can see their future, that means the records lie in soul. A yogi can see past, present, and future.
Is it possible that time machine will come into existence in future?
Time machine is equivalent to a space vehicle made up of supreme elements which I have already explained. This manifested form of physical world will transform into invisible creation of supreme elements in near future when all such space vehicles will become common phenomenon.
Can soul go beyond time and space?
Yes, soul can go to any plane if the soul puts effort in this direction. When the soul changes its body from physical to subtle form made of 3 elements, then it can go up to Brahmlok within a second. So 3 parameters must be put together like time, space, and speed to understand the position of a soul. When soul changes plane, that is when it moves to higher dimensions like Janlok, Malok, Taplok etc., then its speed increases tremendously. If soul attains its incorporeal form and soul is a high quality soul that is made of supreme divine light, then it can reach center of galaxy or universe in a time period of trillionth part of a second, so soul can achieve such high unimaginable speed in space. But if the soul is made of supreme ether elements, then its speed will not be that high as mentioned in case of supreme divine light.
If at the time of death a soul takes the incorporeal form, can it cross the time and space boundary? Should a human soul have to wait till death for going beyond the time-space boundary?
As per theory of karma, if a soul completes all its duty as per karmic bondage and goes beyond the state of karmic bondage on earth plane known as karmatite stage, the soul cannot stay on this earth plane. This is an automatic process as per spiritual principle.
This is a very good thing.
When soul reaches karmatite stage, then immediately it will leave this earth plane within a fraction of second. When a soul attains purely soul conscious state or atmasvarup and through yog takes power from Almighty Authority, then supreme divine light comes to soul. All the karmic records comprised of virtue and vices are registered in the causal body of soul, which binds the soul to earth plane through karmic bondages. When soul receives power from Almighty Authority through yog, then supreme divine light comes to its soul, which burn all the records in causal body within a second and make the soul free from all bindings, and soul reaches karmatite stage. At that stage the original internal actual power of soul will come out, and if the soul is made from supreme divine light, that is Paramprakash, then soul itself becomes extremely powerful and radiant, so at that stage the soul can go to the highest supreme abode of Almighty Authority. This can be achieved before death also at any time, which is clearly mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is what told by Almighty Authority in Gita, but nobody could understand it.
So we need not wait till death, this can be achieved at any time, so we can start the process from now onwards.
If soul is a highly knowledgeable one and knows the supreme spiritual knowledge which is not written in any book, then the soul can reach Karmatet stage. The knowledge written in our scriptures are all about one solar system or Brahmand only. All scriptures contain stories about 14 planes of this Brahmand and also about the Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar of one Brahmand, and nothing more than that. The souls who have come from very higher dimensions, like from great universe or multiverse etc., they can understand this supreme spiritual knowledge. These souls can attain soul conscious state or Atmasvarup by immersing in the supreme knowledge and reach Karmatet stage at any point of time, and can travel to their plane of origin of their soul, that is multiverse or great universe etc., in fraction of second, and nothing can hold them back on earth. Just understand the quality of souls from higher dimensions. For example, 8th dimension is our Brahmlok, 9th dimension is our Vishnupuri, 10th dimension is our Shivpuri, and 11th dimension is our Paramdam of this Brahman. So can you imagine what will be the dimensions of center of galaxy, universe, or multiverse? The souls about whom I am talking about, they can reach the Paramdam of 100 celestial power multiverse within a fraction of second, that is the power of high dimension souls. Even fraction of second is a big number, it may be a trillionth of a second, because the speed of supreme light cannot be comprehended by human minds, so 3 lakh km per second is a very small number before the speed of supreme light. So in incorporeal stage the speed of high quality soul will reach many trillion times the speed of light.
Should we call it Bijrup stage?
When soul reaches incorporeal stage, that means it does not have a body, it is called as Bijrup stage.
When soul attains the Bijrup stage, then it will reach its Supreme Father from where it has been created.
Yes, where from it has come it will reach there.
So it is good for your soul. That means when soul destroys all its karmic bondages, then its speed will automatically increase.
Karmyog means to destroy the karmic bondages.
Recently a Hollywood film named Interstellar showed an incident which is very similar to a story in our scriptures, where a queen named Revati and her father had travelled to Brahmlok in search of suitable groom for her. In Brahmlok, Brahma asked them to return to earth plane immediately so that Revati could marry Balram, a powerful avatar during the period of Sri Krishna, but by the time they reached earth plane a Yugantar or Kshatriyug had already been elapsed on earth plane. I want to know what happened to their karmic bondages or records they were associated with on earth plane during the period they had spent in their to and fro travel between Brahmlok and Balok and stay in Brahmlok.
The period for which both Revati and her father had spent their time in Brahmalok and travel between Brahmlok and Balok, during that period the karmic records or bondages which both of them escaped the karmic bondages that they would have faced on earth plane as per theory of karma. But during that Chaturi Yuga period they were not on earth plane, so they did not come across the karmic bondages and could easily escape those due to their absence from the earth plane. So they were released of their karmic bondages for that period of time. In earlier days, when some yogis, saints and sages came to know about the exact time of their effect of past karmas on earth plane, then they used to take out their subtle bodies and travel to higher planes, thus they could release themselves from the effect of their past karmas. Avoiding the effect of karmic records by traveling to higher dimensions is a very good thing which earlier days our saints and sages could do. During the time of destruction on earth plane like Kalpralay, Ardpralay at the end of Kali Yuga or Manwantar etc., the saints and sages used to leave this earth plane and go to higher planes to avoid their karmic bondages on earth plane. Similarly, at the time of Kalpralay, when the Swarglok also subjects to destruction, then the soul in Swarglok can go to further higher dimensions like Janlok, Malok etc. to escape the effect of karma on Swarglok. So any soul in this way can avoid their karmic bondages.
In interstellar movie it is shown that time moves faster on Earth plane, whereas at higher planes the time moves at a slower pace. That means one day in Swarglok is equivalent to 365 days on Balok or Earth plane. Scientists also tells that gravity can bend time, that is, time depends on gravity. What you will say on this?
The gravity of this physical world extends maximum up to a distance of 200 kilometers in space. If one goes to higher plane or lock, then its gravity of higher plane extends up to a distance of 10 lakh kilometers. Consider the third layer, that is Swarglok, where deities reside whose king is Indra. These souls have more power, so their gravity covers a large area. The collection of such souls in space where their soul power forms a layer called as a plane or higher dimension. The gravity of Swarglok is far greater compared to Balok, that is 365 times the Balok. That's why one day in Swarglok is equal to 365 days on Earth. So time scale on each plane depends on gravity of that plane, and gravity depends on the creator of that plane. On Earth gravity depends on physical body, that's why gravity of Earth is very small.
If Indra of Swarglok becomes a human soul on Earth, then what will be his gravity on Earth?
Indra becomes human soul means his soul degrades, so it loses its power, and Indra comes under the gravity of Earth plane, so its gravity accordingly falls down from a higher to a lower level. There is a story about King Muchkund, who was a great warrior. There was continuous fighting between deities and monsters, and King Muchkund fought on the side of deities and helped the deities to win the battle against monsters. So King Muchkund had spent many years in Swarglok under the hospitality of Indra. Then King Muchkund decided to return to Balok, and he expressed his views to Indra. Indra told him that many years had already been elapsed on Earth, so there was none of his relatives living on Earth, so Indra requested King Muchkund to stay in Swarglok. Muchkund insisted that he wanted to go to Balok and sleep there, as he had been tired of such long battle. So Indra had blessed Muchkund with the power that if anybody would disturb him in his sleeping, then fire would come out from Muchkund and destroy the person. In the war between Sri Krishna and Kaliyavan, a friend of Jarasandha, Kaliyavan ran after Sri Krishna to kill Krishna. Sri Krishna knew that Kaliyavan had blessings of Shankar, that no arms or weapons could kill Kaliyavan. So Sri Krishna had run to the cave where King Muchkund was asleep and put his yellow cloth sheet on Muchkund and hide inside cave. Kaliyavan, who was following Sri Krishna, ran inside cave and mistook Muchkund as Sri Krishna and disturbed Muchkund. As per the blessing of Indra, the fire from Muchkund had burnt Kaliyavan to death.
In Devi Bhagwat it is also written that Mahadevi made our Brahma to sit in her divine spacecraft and showed Brahma the existence of millions of other Brahmand, and Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankars of each Brahmand. This is also an incident of space travel which is written in our scriptures.
This is an incident related to Mahadevi, and it is written in Mahadevi Bhagvat Puran. This is not related to Devi or Shakti of this Brahmand, whose power is limited to this Brahmand only. Mahadevi means Mahashakti, a part of Mahashiv. She can travel to any part of galaxy in a fraction of second. Mahashiv, who is the creator of one galaxy, has also created many such Mahashakti to control the Akashganga or galaxy. In each galaxy trillions and trillions of Brahmand exist, and each Brahmand has its own Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. When these Brahma, Vishnu, or Shankar is in trouble, the Mahashakti guide them to resolve their problem in a galaxy. In this way, when a Brahma of a Brahmand became egoistic, then Mahashakti toured him all over the galaxy and showed existence of trillions and trillions of Brahmas who were working in respective Brahmand. Only then ego of Brahma crushed to normal level. Can you imagine what type of spacecraft Mahashakti had, on which she can travel from one Brahmand to another Brahmand in a fraction of second, and how powerful divine vision Mahashakti had when she could show Brahma all Brahmans in a galaxy from a higher dimension or plane. Thus Mahashakti could show Brahma trillions and trillions of Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, Himalayas etc. in each Brahmand, which in science today called as parallel universe. So our Mahadevi Bhagvat Puran has information regarding parallel universes also.
Bapuji, I want to stop here as our video has already become 27 minutes, so I will make second part of this video. I request all our viewers to watch second part also, as many interesting questions yet to be answered. There is one video of Bapuji on the existence of parallel universe, so one should watch that video also. We will discuss remaining questions in second part of this video. Paramshanti.
Paramshanti.